Everybody, welcome to another Rook DAO status update. I'm Kyle, or What's the Deets. Today we're going to cover the last 2 weeks of development for Rook Labs and different DAO activities. And as always, we'll start with a little bit of bookkeeping, and then we'll head into the stand-up for the last 2 weeks. And then we'll kind of look ahead to the following weeks. And then open it up for anybody that's got any questions or discussion topics that we want to get through, since we didn't have the DAO office hours this week. But why don't we go on ahead and let's dive right on in. So, off the bat, the only bookkeeping item I have is that we're finalizing the draft of the Q4 report. And so what this is that, we've got pretty much all of the content that's needed to be in the report there. Some of it needs to be edited and just kind of ran through and make sure everything's correct. I know, like Matt already crushed all of the financial section and has all of our reporting done. I'll get to that in the treasury section in a little bit. But we just have some stuff that we want to make sure that we've got all the information right and give everyone time to review it and make sure that everything's accurate. So keep an eye out for that soon, and we'll be communicating and sharing that with everybody. Looking at the last 2 weeks now, why don't we start on the engineering side with the product team. The product team continues to build out, various features for the new protocol upgrade. So really kind of exciting to see them continuing to iterate on that and look through different, kind of ways that information is going to be presented to folks inside of the app in different settings that'll be available to folks. They're also working on an individual claims page too. So as we look ahead to, protocol upgrade and new products, like the relay, being able to kind of provide a centralized source for users or partners to be able to claim. Makes it a lot easier and won't kind of, bulk down on the regular web app. So, interested to see work iterating on that. And then we just continue to see ongoing work for the price API and database, as well as 2 of the third-party app integrations that have been in development for a little bit. On the flip side, on the protocol side, new swaps are coming along great. We're running through end-to-end and unit testing still, and we're kind of finalizing the last bits of details on the audit, and so hopefully that should be released in a short time as well. Looking at coordinator, we're continuing to work on scaling optimizations with that. As we prepare for product launches and upgrades, we want to make sure that everything's handleable. And speaking of product launches and new swaps, Ninja continues to be refactored to work on that integration for new swaps, to be the searcher with that. So inside of that, that refactor is a lot of different code that needed to be swapped out, or things that needed to be optimized or even removed, as it relates to the new contract and interacting with new swaps. So, really interesting to kind of see these guys, kind of working through and overhauling Ninja to work with new swaps, and then continuing to iterate on optimizing bidding as well, making sure that, bids are landing successfully, they're getting there in time, and the right information is coming out as a part of that as well. Looking ahead to the operations and organization side, governance is still in about the same spot it was at in the last status update. We still have a number of KIPs in review, KIP 36, 37, 38, and 39. So the expansion of the testing wallet, the discretionary like-kind asset swapping, just replenishing the discretionary investment fund, which I'll cover a little bit more on that one in the treasury section, and the deployment of additional ETH for yield. If you have any more thoughts on those, please check the forum and comment on that as well. Looking at the kind of studio and marketing side, we're prepping our assets and writing content for product launches. Really excited to kind of be getting all of that documentation and content created, and with that, kind of getting things aligned as they finish up development. We're also working through a lot of great ETH Denver stuff. So things like the booth design, we've shipped, swag off to production for things that we'll do for fun giveaways and stuff at our booth. We're reiterating on the presentation that Joey will be giving in front of everybody on stage, and working through, some more design elements around that as well. So cool stuff coming there. On the treasury side, as I mentioned in the beginning around, kind of Q4, both the Q4 and at the end of the year reporting has already been completed there. So pretty solid undertaking looking at the overall financials of the DAO. So, looking at what was discussed Tuesday, if you missed Treasury Tuesday, again, another great shout out for the Rook base recap there, and if you haven't checked it out, go on ahead. I'd encourage you to go read through that. There were some really cool things discussed in Treasury Tuesday. First off, which would be the new weekly reporting we're deploying around the Treasury. So a weekly Treasury report as well as some weekly metrics, and then talking about L2s and LSDs research, and I think that conversation will continue to evolve. And then another thing that was talked about on Tuesday, around the discretionary investment fund, some community members had some concerns around it and around, kind of using it as like an ever replenishable fund, and that wasn't something that felt like it was true to the intentions of that. So I'm glad to see some more conversation happening around that. And would encourage folks to continue to attend and discuss all these ideas with us at Treasury Tuesday as well. Looking at the kind of growth side, we had some great conversations this last week, actually. I personally spoke with a protocol that's working with multi-sigs directly, and how we could work with them, especially with the protocol upgrade coming out, as well as some of the third-party app integrations that are being built. So really interesting there. We also had a great conversation around the relay with a different protocol as well. So I'm pretty excited to get to kind of really push those conversations forward as our products come out. And as that happens, we'll be able to start announcing some fun stuff as well. We also are researching different fun kind of growth programs that we'll do with our product launches. And so that could be things like that we've discussed in the past, like beta testing programs or referral programs for swaps, and some other kind of fun stuff we're tinkering around with the relay as well. So we're going to continue working through those and developing plans for getting those out and in front of folks, and then growing the user base as much as we can. Circling back to ETH Denver as well, we've got our speaker application in, and we also submitted an extra one to talk specifically about some of our other stuff as well. We'll see if that gets approved. We also are talking with an organization running a side event that's going to be hosting like their own separate, kind of MEV roundtable. And so, we're pretty excited about hopefully getting a spot on that roundtable as well. Talking about, our approaches. So pretty pumped for what's coming up in Denver, not just for kind of the fun stuff that we have planned, but getting to participate and interact with other folks as well. All right, take a quick pause there. That's been stand up for the last 2 weeks. Looking ahead, next week we'll kick it off Tuesday with DAO office hours. Wednesday we'll hop back into a governance workshop. Following week, Treasury Tuesday, followed by Wednesday office hours, followed by another DAO status update. And that's the status update for the last 2 weeks. I'm happy to open up the floor for comments, questions, discussion topics, anything anybody wants to talk about today. So I'll go ahead. If anyone's got anything, go ahead and unmute and fire away.
You kind of touched on this, but just wanted to clarify. I think it was Questive was the
Referrals.
business or protocol. Yeah, doing the referral links, and that's something that you guys are looking into.
Yeah, so with us, it was a really great call with the Questive team and one of their founders. For me, I think that there still are some questions around, how we want this to work on the engineering side. I think the idea is really cool, and what they can do is really awesome. They have a really cool tech stack, and pretty much a way to visualize all your data and track all your metrics around the campaigns and initiatives. So it's a really cool product that they've built out. For us, I think that referrals are a little bit of a different beast based off of the way that our protocol operates. It's not like we are charging fees or anything like that people are going to get, free fee reductions or things like that. So it would really more be, okay, is this something that, we want to engineer ourselves as a part of things like our partner rewards program, or is this something that we want to supplement our original program or our original, like our standard protocol and web app with, that adds in, kind of like this third party app integration. So I think that there's some technical stuff we still need to work through, and if this is something that we also kind of want to invest additional funds into as well. So we're still working through that. I will say that it was a great call with their team, and I was really impressed with them.
Cool. Yeah, I think it would be, given the setup and like the economics of bidding and just the Rook's tech stack, it seems kind of tricky in how you would place it and where you would place it in that lineup. But it would be cool to just have referral links for community members to
and you're completely right. If you think about how folks accrue or how they recruit currently Rook or ETH with the next deployment, like there isn't a way to like add to that. So you'd have to add in like a secondary claim and have them go somewhere else, or have us individually distribute or work with them directly to distribute funds to users. So there are just some challenges that we need to work through on not just how it would look with our app and tech. It would also be like, okay, well, how are the proceeds actually ending up in somebody's wallet, or how do they access them? So I think that those are some questions we still need to answer.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for the question, Starfire. Appreciate it. All right. Has anyone else got any items that they want to discuss, or questions, or anything else that we want to touch on? All right. Well, we'll go on ahead and give everybody some time back on their Friday. Maybe some of y'all get to start your weekend early, but we'll go on ahead and put a close on the status update today. I'll be available if anybody needs to DM me any questions or anything, but thanks everybody for hopping in today, and we'll be chatting with y'all soon. Have a great weekend.